We're talking about should we gossip to our friends about our mates, a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband? Should we talk about what's going on in the inner workings of our relationship to our friends,
First, I'm gonna
females?
be foremost and honest with you. At some point, you will have to. Do I believe that you should? Not really, but I know there's going to be a time and place, brothers and sisters, that you're going to have that conversation with somebody. So I do it with um, someone that I trust. With it, it's not going nowhere, and it's share the information with somebody. I mean, it's a conversation that I've also had with my partner or whoever that is to their face. So if something does happen to run around and come back the other way, they can't say that we didn't have that conversation or I didn't know that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So to that point, like I don't really think that personally. I don't think that you should, but it's going to happen. That's just reality. It's going to happen. I don't think that you should talk this. Well, when we come back around, I'll tell you the other things that I'm talking about. Like I don't talk about intimate sex or things of that nature, body parts, things like that.
No, not to the homies.
Right. So if I do say something, it's going to be in a third person story or something that you have. It's not even relevant to that person. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
All right.
it's not gonna be remote. It's not gonna be remotely close, bro.
Okay. All right.
A hypothetical.
That's a nice way to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that we're using the word gossip, it changes the dynamic.
Okay.
I don't think you should gossip about your partner to anybody for any reason
Okay.
at all. Because gossiping is just straight up talking about them.
Mhm.
So no, I'm not going to talk about my partner to anybody. Ain't none of y'all business. Ain't nobody's business. And I'm definitely not going to talk bad about the person I'm dealing with, because what that say about me,
All right.
you know. Now, do I think that you need a active support system even in relationships? Absolutely. I think relationships should be and do survive better in community situations where y'all have support even from each other. Two people on an island are gonna get super super sick of each other. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And then I also do say that in regards to a marriage I had, and um where I didn't tell anybody my struggles at all. um I dealt with everything alone and didn't have anybody to turn to. So when I finally couldn't take it anymore, and honestly, when we talked about being separated and divorced, no one could believe it. Like no one could believe it. They're like, he loves you so much. She loves you so much. How could any of this happen? But we were dealing with some real heavy stuff alone, and we had no true support system. We didn't even know how to get a support system.
Mm.
you know I think it's very important to have somebody that you can vent to. Now it's hard to, I think, you can say all day long, pick the right people, but sometimes you do and sometimes you don't, and that's just is what it is. I think that you should try your best to find someone that is in a mentor aspect. I think that's when we don't where we fail. Get a
Yeah.
mentor, get a relationship mentor that you can talk to and vent about that person, and know that they are going to be um, just a sounding board. Because we all need that. That's called a support system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely somebody
No, you
advice.
should. You should totally should not. I've been guilty of this before too, but it was because I was trying to convince myself I was ready to be in a relationship yet. And if you need to vent to some people, that's fine. Yeah, a mentor should be definitely the only aspect. But if you don't have one of those, then the person that you do have should be on the end of a 1-800 number or live in another country completely, maybe another planet, because you should not get your friends involved and your stuff,
Off world.
especially if you're not unsure about it. It just doesn't work out, and then it just creates a lot of problems that you self created, honestly, from talking shit. And that's something I learned the hard way, and I wasn't ready to accept the fact that maybe I wanted to be in a relationship or not. And you shouldn't do that, because then they'll feed they'll drive sometimes, a lot of times also misery loves company as well. So if you sit there and you got dang on sitting there talking shit about your other person, you know what I mean? Then they're gonna jump in on that or whatever too. And it can be all kinds of different aspects or reasons why. And just because they want to just be miserable too. If it's a girl that has a dude friend, 9 times out of like, and you tell that, he's probably like, all right, bro, now I can get in there and look at, you know what I'm saying? So it's just not good. It creates a lot of bad stuff. I had to learn the hard way. Now I have to check my friends sometimes. I'm like, yo, I'm not, this just not, you know what I mean? Doesn't concern you anymore. It's what it is. And that's all. And move on from that, no matter, despite whatever was done or said in the past and what have you. And then I wasn't even really ready to be in a real relationship. So it doesn't matter. So now it does matter. So it is, you know, you're gonna have to respect that. And everybody's gonna have to respect that on all sides and accept it on all things. You know what I mean? I'm sure other people talk shit a lot of the times. I found out like other, you know, I had no idea. Like, damn, that person I was with has been saying this, you know, the whole time. It was like, damn, and I really was hurt and shocked that they talk so much crap about me when I'm not around and complain about me all the time, but then don't act like that when they're in my face. You know what I mean? But I can still sense that disconnect from them, and then that's what makes me disconnect as well. Don't gossip with your friends, though.
I gossip like a motherfucker with my friends, and you know why? Because
knew it.
A lot of times, yeah, you knew it, and I knew it too, and that's why I'm talking about it. So a lot of times, but y'all got to realize there's friends and there's associates.
Yeah.
Don't use that word friend too loosely.
Just friends.
I can count my friends on one hand.
Okay.
And I do not call everybody my friend. Now, socially, yeah. Hey friend. But my friends been there since I was like 12, 13. I'm talking about some 15, 20-year relationships, okay? We going under 6 feet under with some secrets. Okay. So I'm talking about those kind of friends. The only reason why we gonna talk about shit is because we know we actually are real friends. See, there's a difference. Some stuff you talk about and you just need somebody else to tell you, no, bitch, you're being abused. Like, call the police. That's not normal. Okay, so yeah, an intervention, anything like that. Look, we heard
that's a support system.
So that's what I'm saying. So I don't really think it's gossip. I think it's just when you're really, really close to people like that. And like I said, they're not everybody. You can't call every associate your friend. But when you got that small group, like I said, I can count on one hand. I can count my friends on one damn hand. And I still have 2 extra fingers. Okay? So all I'm saying is when you talk about personal shit, it's because you are willing to ride and die for them. And you're not going to talk about them and not do nothing. Like if you find out they got an eviction notice, you're going to cut back on your shit for the last 2 weeks and help pay the rent. You're not just going to talk and not do nothing, you know? So that's why I say, yeah, I don't call it gossip.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say no. You do not gossip to your friends. We've all been in a situation where we want to do something, but we just like, I'm kind of afraid. And then we're like, your friends are backing you up like, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. There's nothing wrong with doing it. Like getting on a roller coaster. Like, man, what you afraid of? Go ahead and get on the roller coaster. I don't think the only time you should want to gossip to your friends is if you're trying to get that final push to do something. If your man, you're going to tell your friends how bad your man is, you're going to pretty much look for your friends for validation to leave him.
I've made up your mind. You're looking for it. I got you.
Right. So for one, you should be trying to build up communication with the person you're with to talk about your problems and get them through with. And if you don't have that kind of conversation or open communication with them, maybe that's not the person for you. But if you're going to talk with your friends, you're looking for a reason to leave because they're biased. Your friends, no matter what, they're going to look at you as the good way. And more times than not, you're going to tell the good part that happened in whatever situation you're in. Also, your friends have a memory. They're going to remember each time you told them something bad about the person you're with, and they're going to compound that, and they're going to use that the next time you tell them something bad, and that's going to be the reason they're going to tell you you should leave. So if you're telling your friends more bad things than good things, let's say 90% bad things than good things, then they're going to give you a reason to leave. That's the only reason you should be just going and telling your friends what's bad in the relationship. It also can be a bad thing too to tell them everything that's good. Let's say we are talking about body parts and sex too, because
I never do that.
if you got those tricky friends that listen to everything you're talking about, sex life, whatever, they might want to try it out too.
Your grimy homeboys trying to slide in. Some grimy motherfuckers out there, dog.
But more so, I'm dealing with if you are gossiping bad things like, he argued with me last night because I didn't get, he didn't have my food ready, or he argued with me because he got mad at me because I got mad at him for coming home late or stuff like that. You're almost looking for a reason to not be with him or to stay with him. Or you're preaching to the choir and you want the choir to preach back to you. You want the choir to say, why are the reasons why I should not be with him? You're looking for somebody to give that extra push, and this will go with,
I agree.
There's a bias there. Your friends are not going to, Chris in the background.
He cracks me up with that. He cracks me up every time.
Your friends are not going to look at you with an unbiased eye. More than likely, some people, it's rare, and it's a natural bias. Everybody has that, especially if we were to extend this to family members, to mothers and fathers and cousins and sisters. They really are not going to have an unbiased eye to judge a situation. They're going to look at it like, well, shoot, why are you with this guy if he's doing all this, whatever? And a lot of times people will go and tell their friends, they won't tell what you did. We won't tell what we did. We're only going to tell that side of him. Like,
Yep.
of course, they're going to side with you.